Hi, and welcome to another edition of Progressive Air Systems Workshop. My name is Chris Fisher, along with Comfort Advisor Harry Van Heijs. How are you, sir?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Good. Thank you very much for being here today. Got a couple things to hit. Water and ice, all right? Let's start with leaks, okay? There's a couple of kind of leaks. One of them is water and one of them is not water. One of them is an easier maintenance thing. One of them is going to cost you a couple of dollars.
Yeah, generally, most homeowners experience one of these leaks probably in the lifetime of their air conditioning system. The water leak is generally due to a maintenance issue, plug drain lines, things like that, and that's pretty simple. It just needs to be resolved. The refrigerant leaks are much more serious in the aspect that the system is losing refrigerant, and a refrigerant system over time will deteriorate to a point that it starts leaking.
Is there anything we can do to mitigate that, to stop that, or is that just a process that's going to happen no matter what?
Basically, most air conditioners, over time, the refrigerant breaks down, and that refrigerant, when it breaks down into an acid, and that acid starts eating at the solder joints, and in a unit over a period of time will start leaking refrigerant.
So I'm assuming this is not as simple as putting some gum. As it starts to leak and break down the pipes, you putty it up a little bit?
Unfortunately not. Generally, if a system is anywhere from 8 to 15 years old and it started leaking refrigerant, it needs to be replaced at that time.
All right, so if that happens, well, how do we know the difference? What are the difference? Where do we see the water leak versus the acid leak?
Well, the refrigerant leak is generally experienced from the homeowner by not having adequate cooling. In the heat of the day, the air conditioner is not keeping up, maybe not cooling at all. It may cause the system to freeze up if it's low on refrigerant, and then they would need to call for a serviceman. A serviceman would come out and tell them that it was low on refrigerant and need the expertise of a serviceman, and that serviceman could tell them where the leak is, and generally in most cases, if the leaks are in the coil and the system's of that age, they need to replace the system.
Well, thank you so much for your expertise.
You're welcome.
And thank you so much for joining us today for the Progressive Air Systems Workshop. Anywhere in Tampa Bay, the only name you need to remember is Progressive Air Systems. They are the largest Carrier factory authorized dealer on the west coast of Florida. For more information, go to progressiveairsystems.com or call 855-847-3898.